could actually try and practice his starts on it. And I don't mean that derogatory. It's sort of like, you know, he's obviously got a problem. I should have spoken to him to see what was going on.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance this morning either, unfortunately, and I had to run off to have a curry last night. Let's see how he goes. He's second on the grid there. The lights go out and away we go then, racing away. Now from the second row, the head of the second row, that's Toby Finnis. He looks like he's made a reasonable start, but I think that's Alfie Davison. He's clearly been practicing start as a youngster. Then, you know, he's 17 years old, but he's been racing for 9 years already. So...
Or is he 17 today?
17. Is he? No,
I don't know if it's today.
It doesn't say 17. He just turned 17.
Just turned
there
17.
We go.
Right, okay.
No, our birthday boy today is Finley Sissons, son of our photographer Matt Sissons, and I'll have to give him a shout because I think actually I'll do it later because he's down at the old hairpin, so he ain't got a hope of hearing me right now, that's for sure. Right, we watch them race off and head up towards Schwantz. Alfie Davison, clearly a quick peddler, but again, he's not scoring points. He gave prizes, but he's not scoring points. So
I want to see how Logan gets on today because obviously he had a quick shifter issue, which actually stopping 2 cylinders firing on the first race.
Okay.
And I think we saw him go better in race 2. So let's see if he can build on that. And then I'll, before the mini twins, I'll let you know what happened with Will Howarth yesterday. I've got a nice video to show you, Keith.
I've showed them. You see the video? Is that the one where he
great, isn't it?
No, Will showed it to me last night.
Yeah.
He totally gets he made a mistake. No, we'll chat to Will, or I had a quick chat with Will yesterday, and I had a quick chat with Dominique this morning. I'd much rather chat to Dominique, quite frankly. And I've invited Dominique.
Adam Jameson's got a nice lead, and it looks like Dan Mercer and Joe White for Melbourne Loop together. So that's going to be a nice battle for second place because Adam's got in front of Del Dowd, so he's got a nice buffer.
Alfie Davison, though, he's well away with this one, isn't it? Del Dowd, he wishes he could go this quick on his mini twin. You're right. Would it have hurt his performance to actually go out on the mini? I think he wants this championship though. I think he sees this. Oh, bit of a wobble there.
Dan Mercer.
Dan Mercer was it? Now he's he had a wobble. His feet came off the pegs there. He gets it all back together, but he lost a couple of places out of that. Did Dan? Because Dan has managed to come across the line in 13th place, and he was on for 13th place, 7th place. He was on for coming across the line in 5th place. So Joe White has gone past. Alicia Layton leads the 400s once again, but Alfie Davis and Del Dowd is in the twins as somebody else is coming in there. Can we quite that number 146? Is that? Is it 146?
Maybe that's someone going out in the back just to test their bike.
It could be. Yeah, I think you've called that absolutely spot on, mate. So, Davis and Dowds. Jameson leads the Thunderbike Sport, and Joe White has got Toby Finnis on the twin between himself and his rival there. Dan Mercer third in class.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't lose out too much considering how long he took to get back on the track.
While, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I mean, I think he obviously overcooked it because, I mean, he came in hot to be that much in front of Joe, to come off the track, get back on, and only lose 1 or 2 places to it.
Yeah. No, it wasn't too dramatic at the end of the day. So Alfie Davison, unsurprisingly, tripping the timing beam over the back there, going purple. Now, it'd be interesting to see how much quicker we go today. Obviously, the pretty much set lap records and everything. Alfie very consistent yesterday. First race was the fastest for him at the 37.678.
Yeah. We've got Fowler at McLean's.
Oh, have we? Adam in the 41.7. So there we go. So McLean's over the back there. We'll see. Well, there we go. It's Flower who hasn't tripped the timing beam there, because you can see at the bottom of the field there. No? Sorry, mate? Oh, Daryl Skins. Oh, poor old Daryl, unfortunately, going there. Sorry,
Dan Mercer's close right up to the back of Joe White now and challenging him. So he's on a mission, Dan Mercer, to come off the track and get back behind Joe. He's doing really well.
Yeah, you're right. He's got past... Is he past Toby Finnis there, I think?
No, he just got past Leighton.
Now it's Joe there with the green helmet, of course, in tribute to Owen Jenner there, whose photo is actually in the window at Gandhi's in Castle Donington.
Yes, I saw it, yes.
Very nice.
I see Logan is doing quite well. He's won 45.4 on his second lap, so he's doing well. That's probably, you know, where he needs to be. He can build on that now, which is good. I'm just looking at what Dan Mercer's doing, 143.
Yeah, 43 for him, and 43 also for the leader in the sport class, Adam Jameson, as well. So 43 seems to be the pace at the moment, which is a couple of seconds slower than they were going yesterday, but that is only the first flying lap in real terms, so got a little bit more time.
And it's a bit, I think, a bit cooler this morning, and a bit more wind this morning.
There's definitely a bit more wind. Those flags are working a little bit harder, and these races are 7 laps as well, so people are probably better pace themselves just that little bit more. There's 5 laps, very much a dash for the cash. 7 laps, you've got a bit more time to think about it. So Alfie's having a very lonely race. Dell, likewise. The first battle that comes along is that one for 3rd place overall. That's Adam Jameson and Toby Finnis.
And Dan Mercer's in front of Joe White.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Good spot.
That'd be nice. I really want to see Dan going for taking it to Adam Jameson. I think he's got it in him. And on lap 3?
Yeah, it'll be the end of the lap 3 at this. Well, let's have a look at the lap times. I think he's going to have his work cut out if he wants to catch the leader there. Let's. So this is Adam coming across.
Oh,
the
he's
line
going
now.
well. Look at the gap he's made.
Let's see. So that's 4.5, so half a second there. He's got a couple of seconds to make up. But over the line that time, Dan does a 42.4, Adam does a 43.1. So around about 6-7 tenths of a second.
Got time.
So you're right. Yeah, no, there's plenty of time with 4 laps left in the race.
I think the only flying ointment is going to be Toby Finnis. He's getting past him. That's going to be the issue.
Yeah, exactly. He's on a completely different class. But obviously, as we always say, you just want to beat the bike that's around you at the end of the day.
I was talking to Will Howarth about that, saying, Will, you've got nothing to lose, but you're actually not racing these people.
Yeah. Your competition's on the second page, way behind you, mate. Yeah, but you know what it's like. You got to go for it, haven't you, at the end
100%.
of the race? But yeah, unfortunately, we'll talk about that when we have the mini twin race, which won't be too far away. But he'll be back out ready to play. Hopefully his bike's all good. Hopefully he gave it a shakedown this morning and
he did.
No problems. It was all good.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Him and Dan Mercer out. I don't know why Dan was out, getting a bit practicing, but
oh well, you paid your money. You must get every lap in that you can. And I always used to do morning warm up just to get the body, the brain, and just make sure nothing's gone wrong with the bike overnight. Things like that. It just puts you in a good frame of mind for the day. I genuinely don't understand why some people don't do the morning warm-up. You're here.
Look at that. Dan Mercer is closing.
I'm watching that very closely indeed. Down into the Melbourne loop. So, Alfie goes past. Dell goes past.
Dan's got a good drive. Come on, Dan.
There's Adam there on the distinctive yellow bike. So Toby Finnis is eager now. What was the gap between Jamison and Finnis? 0.5 and then 1.6 back to Mercer. That ain't 1.6 by a long chalk, is it?
No.
So over the line this time, Adam comes across the line. Adam Jameson, right? He is
141.
Yeah. So there we go.
He's on it.
Mercer's pulled a second out of that one easily. Yeah. He's got the gap down there. He's got 1 bike and a second between himself and a silver medal. So that's what his target is. That's going to be our main battle on the track. If we...
yeah, I mean, like Adam Jameson's best time in his race 2 was 1:42.6. So
did do a 41 in the morning, a 41.7 in the morning yesterday. So they got the lap record with that claim.
Right. Okay. So he's got it in him then. I think if he's running a pit bull, he'll know he's coming. That'd be interesting.
He might be pacing himself. I don't know if he runs a pit bull or not. Some people do, some people don't, obviously, because some people like him, some people don't have the facility to have them as well, of course. Alicia Layton moving up to 6th place overall. She's doing a good job this weekend. She leads the Formula 400s, and second of the 400s is Charlie Barnes. He's a couple of places back, and he's just gone past Ben Brown there, who's running 4th of the Super Twins as well. 5th of the Super Twins, Dewey back in 13th place overall. Dan Swift runs 4th in the Thunderbike Sport class. Logan Stone passes Sean Wallace on that particular lap to move up a place to become 5th overall, so getting some solid points there.
Okay, Dan Mercer's in front of Toby Finnis now and closing down Adam Jameson.
Everybody apart from Dan Mercer has gone green in the first sector, but again, that could only be a fraction of a second, of course. Bit of chatter on the radio there. Anything of any interest? No, note maker's not making any notes. It's all good. So here comes that battle in up to Goddard's. Now we're running out of laps. 2 laps left. All of a sudden it's getting a little bit critical.
Oh, he's close.
That's close. Last time over the line it was 0.48, 0.522. This time over the line it's 0.3, 0.6. So pretty much nothing's changed, but overall it's about the same. So if Dan Mercer's got a plan, he better execute it soon. I tell you what, though, looking at them going through Redgate, the one with the plan seems to be Toby Finnis on Dan on. Oh, sorry, Mercer's coming.
Dan Mercer
on Jameson. Sorry, mate, I'm getting my bikes mixed up from mid-distance. Specsavers, yep, here I come.
I think we had this discussion yesterday, didn't we, about our age and eyesight.
Mate, little Junior here with his bloody X-ray eyes.
He saw the one up in McLean's from here.
Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, yeah, you're right. There they go then through McLean's. That is the group.
It depends how clever it's going to be clever how Dan's going to play this, because if he shows too early, he's going to give Adam too much time to get away from him.
Well, just... Yeah, Joe White going very slowly, actually. He's done a 45 that time round, and his PB is a 43. So you look at that, that's a big difference. He's had a bit of wobble down there somewhere, Joe. I wonder if things are... Oh, there we go. Look, Dan's passed. That is Adam Jamieson now, has been relegated to second place. So the gold medal looking like Dan Mercer, as long as he doesn't make another mistake like he did on the opening lap.
Yeah.
Now, is Adam going to settle for second, or is Adam going to say, no, I'm king of Donington Park, I want that crown back?
Yeah, I can't see Adam giving that away. But he's going well, Dan, isn't he? Look at that.
He's riding very well indeed after that earlier whoopsie. He's certainly recovered very nicely from that. Toby Finnis will know those guys aren't in the same class. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Joe White there, but you're right, he's all of a sudden a little bit off the pace, getting his pit signals. He's turning to 42 all of a sudden. Is that Joe White? Okay, he got the hurry up there, so I don't think he's got a problem. Maybe it was just a wobble on that lap, because all of a sudden he is back on the pace, but he's going to be too far behind to challenge. But still, third place keeps your championship hopes very much alive. And again, we're talking about the championship. We're only literally halfway through at the end of today, so you know, any points of advantage people have got, that can just as disappear easily, just as quickly as it's turned up. So Davidson, Dowds, tripped the timing beam at the halfway point over the back there. Dealt with his fastest PB last time round, a 40.135, but Alfie 39.5, and he's banged it on a very low, very high 38 and 38.8 for the best lap. I wonder if that is that another note. He's 37s yesterday, so yeah, he's definitely not as quick as he was yesterday. Do you think the track will be, maybe the wind again you were speaking about on Friday, the wind down through the crane of curves really chucking your bike about and unsettling things? I totally understand that.
I'm still looking at where the wind's going, and it's sort of pushing you down, Craners, isn't it, with that wind direction?
Right, Alfie Davison then takes the win, the young 17-year-old from Leyland in Lancashire there. Takes the win. Del Dowd, so will claim the 25 points as a club runner, so he'll be very happy with that, because that's going to help his championship along the way.
And Stan Mercer coming for the win in the Thunderbike Sport, he'll be very pleased with that.
Now, early leader in the Super Twins, James C. Got been having a great weekend. He's going to finish this one around about 6th place, as Dan Mercer does indeed take a win in Thunderbike Sport.
And Joe White just put his best lap in of the race, of the 141.984.
Leaving it a little bit late there to do that.
Third place we'll do him for the moment. I think for the championship, that's not too bad. I don't know where we are in the points with that.
Well, I think Adam Jameson might have overcome Logan Stone yesterday, because he had a couple of good wins yesterday.
Yeah.
So Sean Wallace's early lead in the championship is going to go. But yeah, it's all going to be very, very close. It's going to be it's one of those championships we've seen it won by literally a single point, and that was Adam Jameson, funnily enough. And we've seen it absolutely dominated in the past by people like, well, you, Jack Sim, for example.
Yeah.
So it's one of those championship cricket, and I think this year could be one of those close ones.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see, won't it?
Oh, you love a close championship. You like